Sound check. I think we're good though.
No, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Yeah,
We're good.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Meet Us in the Ring. Today, since WWE 2K is coming out 2 weeks from now, I think, we're going to be talking some ratings for the game that we've had. Some of the ratings are, I think, cool. Some of the ones are kind of questionable for some people. So we'll just have a conversation about it and see where you give our opinions, our thoughts, see what other people think about it. As always, I'll let my co-hosts introduce themselves. Start with Mary.
All right, welcome back, everyone. It's Mary the Heel. I'm so excited to talk about these rankings. Follow me on TikTok at Mary the Heel and Instagram Mary the Causebounder.
What's up, guys? It's Maddie at IZ Persephone on TikTok and Twitch, and Maddie Kennedy on Instagram. All my social media links are in my link tree in my TikTok bio, and I'm excited to debate these pretty questionable ratings. There's a lot.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. You already know Axel Guzman 1017 on TikTok, Wrestling Chop Shop, PC Wrestling, all on YouTube. Let's get this started because these ratings are trash.
Yeah, most of them are kind of, you know. So
I'm shocked.
some of them were kind of questionable. Like I said, some of them definitely were surprising than others. Some of them they actually changed too along. I noticed that some of them they upgraded.
Oh,
Yeah, they changed
interesting.
things. I remember
They
that.
they upgraded. They updated just a few of them. Not most of them, but a few of them they have updated. So, like I know Rey Mysterio's was updated. Let me find his. He was in 82 at first. He's in 86 now. So he originally was in 82. They upgraded his to an 86. So they bumped him up a couple. But I know a lot of people were upset about that one. So
Yeah.
his was an 86. And last year he was like a 90, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But he was on the cover of the game, so I guess that I don't know. I guess they gave him a little boost because he was on the cover or something like that. But they definitely upgraded his a few days ago. I know a lot of people were giving a lot of backlash about his.
Here is what it should have been. You can't even see it. But it's an 88. It should have been at least 88. But
I was going to go with
that's just
87.
I was going to go 85. I mean,
86 is cool with me.
why? Why that low, Axel?
let's see. It's hard because nobody really knows when they started doing the ranking thing because wins the tag team titles with his son. They do okay, then they lose it. Then since then, has been getting his ass beat. So, I mean...
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean,
He's still a legend, though.
I think
he's not a real Hispanic. He hasn't thrown a fucking sandal at his son yet. Like, you don't got to slap him. Just take the shoe off and just toss it. I'm waiting for it.
It's a mom
I'm waiting
thing.
for it.
That's not a dad thing.
Oh, it's a dad thing because you can't really do the real dad thing on live television. So, we got to do the chunk line.
Chunklet.
I think 80. I don't know. I feel like you gotta culminate past and current stuff with ratings. Like Rey Mysterio is a legend, but he hasn't done anything the last year, really. So,
And that's, yeah.
I feel like 86 is okay for him right now. Definitely, he shouldn't have been 82. 82 was crazy. I'm like, all right,
Yeah, 82 is a little...
Yeah, that's a little much.
that was outrageous. I'm like, all right, 82 though. But
they knew they needed.
then again, though, there are some people that are higher than Rey that I'm like, I don't know if they should be higher than Rey Mysterio. Like some people that are higher than him, and there's some people that are on the same level as him. Like Liv Morgan's also an 86. So
Yeah.
she Rey Mysterio level. Like that's.
But you see, if I'm being honest, I separate because you really can't compare the ratings to a woman wrestler to a man wrestler, because the men's the women do have the strength attribute, but that's kind of obviously the men is gonna have more of that, so I don't like to put them up against each other.
88.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have to look at them differently because a woman's, 85 is not the same as a men's 85.
Exactly. Somebody was like, "Oh, wait till you see Liv Morgan's rating." When I was talking about Theory, I'm like, "Yeah, she's an 86. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna compare the two. You can't."
No, that's a good point.
Even though
'Cause,
both did win Money in the Bank, but anyhow.
Yeah.
True.
So I think that there has to be part of our lens when comparing them.
So y'all don't want to compare. I mean, I compare the two. That's just me though. I look at them all the same. Like it's all a rating. So I'm looking at it like Liv Morgan, I think, had a good year last year. I mean, obviously her title run wasn't the best, but I think that was circumstances that she was put in. She definitely improved. So I
Yeah.
think in 86, I think like the mid 80s is a cool spot for her. You know, like that's a cool solid spot. You know what I mean? She continues to improve too.
But when you think about it, compared to like Jimmy and Jay Uso, they were what 79 and 80 or something like that, or
89,
something
90.
like that. Oh, 89 and 90.
That's why I really don't want to compare the two because it's like,
But the
So-
Jimmy and Jay though, they've been the tag champs for almost 2 years. So
Yeah.
All right,
so
here-
I'm saying,
here goes the
Liv
thing.
Being almost that is a little much.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who's close to Liv. That's really,
for the women,
yeah, because I know Natalia's like 84 or 82.
82.
Yes, too.
Alexa's in 85.
Now, that could be some comparing because let's be honest,
Yeah.
what has Alexa really done to only be one under like Liv? Like Liv's only one over somebody who wasn't really on TV.
Yeah.
They did win the tag titles, but that was what, a day reign?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, you have to look at.
But that's the thing. What do they look at? I know
Yeah.
what I would look at, like TV time, promos. But do they
I
factor
mean, are
that
you
in?
counting past stuff too, or just current?
I would count past, but do they?
I mean,
I would
considering
too.
there's a whole legend section, I think we have to.
I mean, I think you have
Think
to
about
count
the
past.
past.
You have to count past attributes for me. I mean, she's
Yeah.
won all the women's titles, all of them. So she's won Money in the Bank. I mean, the only thing she hasn't done is win a Royal Rumble and main event of WrestleMania. So she's accomplished there. So I don't know. I feel like 85. She obviously didn't have like a spectacular year. They haven't really pushed her in the main event scene in some time. So I understand it from that aspect, but. Is she lower than a Liv Morgan right now, though? That's the question.
Yeah.
Alexa properly rated. I mean, yeah.
I would give Alexa like a 82 or 83, which I think is still pretty fair. Like, I'm not gonna put her in the 70s. That's
I would have
ridiculous.
given Liv probably 83, and I think Alexa at 85 is valid.
What about like Brie? Brie's in 87.
What?
I mean,
See, now this is where the issue comes in.
Yeah. What?
this is what I'm talking about. You have to
What?
think about the past as well. Like it's not just
Like,
And that's the
Has-
thing.
has Brie-
Can we compare legends to currents though? Because aren't the Bellas technically? So we
But look at-
really
has-
can't because then I'm upset because why the fuck is Brie Bella higher than Liv Morgan, who's actually done things this year?
But is
Like,
Brie
so I don't-
is Brie even higher than Alexa though all time? Like that's the thing,
No.
No,
all time.
no.
No,
like Alexa has done more. So
but I think
Maddie,
the
you might want to move
legend.
your
That's good,
your
Kendrick.
face over here to the side. So
Oh,
people,
I'm on the other side?
yeah, there you go.
I was doing the whole other thing. I'm sorry.
I think the legends, like I don't know, I think they automatically get a few point boost instead
as
of
they
the
should.
current
I think they should.
wrestlers.
I
Yeah,
think they
so
should.
I mean that's why she's probably ranked higher because she is.
But is Alexa really not considered a legend? Like she's not going to be in the Hall of Fame someday?
well, but she's. I mean, no, she is, but she's still currently on the roster.
But I mean, when you look at all the people on the roster, she falls in the category of the legends in the women's division, like her and Becky, and like all the like she's like I said, she's one of the most accomplished in the division. They just haven't really pushed her in that spot in some time. So
Yeah.
Brie like has won the Divas title and what else?
I mean, she had that match with Stephanie at SummerSlam.
She did have that. She did have that feud, but like
That was good for you, though.
granted, like there weren't as many women's titles back then as there are now, so that plays a factor. But I mean, they never really even pushed her over her sister like that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. I mean, those in-ring.
If I had to have given her a number, it probably would have been 79.
Oh, wow! Wait,
I have to think about-
wait!
I
Because
know,
I was
but
gonna give
channel-
her an 80. What?
Damn.
What?
Oh, I
But
fucked with
based
that
based
hardcore.
solely on
Where them
like,
pigs at? That
accolades.
where them pigs flying? Because I think we at that
Yeah,
point.
what is
Because
going on? What is going on?
I'm basing it solely on accolades. I'm being impartial.
I don't even know if I would go there. I was gonna say like 82, 83. Like I was gonna go that far.
I just,
but
I mean, compared to everybody else who's in the 80s, I don't know.
wow.
No,
so
I
you said hold on. So you said she's a 79. Carmella is a 79. So would you rank her the same as Carmella?
Oh, that might change things. But
Carmella.
Carmella is a 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion, 2-time Money in the Bank winner.
Technically.
First ever.
Still 2.
First ever Money in the Bank winner.
Yeah,
So
first ever.
Yeah, first ever.
She should be at least like an
I'm
81.
maybe I would bump Brie up a little bit then. Probably like an 81.
I would bump up
81?
Carmella.
Carmella over
I mean,
Brie?
Carmella should be bumped up too, at least at 80, at least.
You see, that's why I don't know if you can compare certain. Cause like I don't.
It's all about comparison, though. So I mean,
Yeah.
Carmella is Carmella on the
Yeah,
level
but I'm
of
not.
Brie?
But I'm not gonna sit here and compare like the people who try to compare Roman Reigns to Theory. You mean the guy who's been here for 10 plus years against the guy who's only been 3 years? It's like you really. It's hard because I don't know. I just don't think legends.
Well, Axel, what would you give her?
Carmella.
Yeah.
Carmella deserves like a solid 81.
Yeah.
Okay.
81.
That's
I would
valid.
do
Yeah.
that too.
What about this one?
Bye. 93.
93
Let's be
for Ronda.
real.
She not a 93?
A 93
The year
is
that
probably
she's had?
the nicest thing they could have given her, bro.
They were like, we won't put her too high, but we can't put
Ronda.
her in the 80s. But like, I don't know. Last year to me was just
She definitely didn't have a great year last year as champion.
no. And so then again, they're probably considering her main event several times now for Mania, like all her titles, everything else. I think her status comes into play with this too.
Yeah, that plays a part of it, though. I think that she played a part with everybody's ranking. That's why I'm saying, like, you look at her, obviously, attributes, and they obviously are adding her legitimacy to this as well because of who she is and her background. So that's going to play a factor in her ratings as well.
So being unbiased, I would have given her a 90.
Yeah.
I'd have given her a 92.
Me too.
No, not 90. Yeah, 90.
So,
92.
So if she's a 90, what does that make Nikki Bella? 'Cause she's
Oh, yo, that's wild.
85. 85.
Nikki an
I'm so
85?
I
offended
have no idea why Nikki Bella was given a 90. Like, come on.
because she's the longest reigning Divas champion. She main evented Evolution with Ronda.
That is true too.
They chose her for that for a reason.
To be
I mean-
only 3 under Ronda Rousey, like, I just don't see it. I don't know. Maybe Nikki Bella, like, 87, 88. But
The lowest
90?
I'll go is 89. That's the
No.
lowest I'll go.
Way too generous. Way too generous.
What about you
I
guys?
mean, with the Bellas too, you also have to think about their status, just like Ronda, because they brought so much to the company through Total Divas and Total Bellas. So I think that plays into
Kendrick,
a
you said-
factor as well.
You said a 70, bruh?
Hell yeah. Now we're talking. Now we're
Bro,
talking.
that is Nikki.
I was gonna say an 88.
I mean, you got to base it off.
that's
Everything has
fair.
to go into it. You know, there are different factors that go into it. But I mean, looking at it, the only reason she ranks a little high for me is because she kind of was the face of the division for a period of time before they really start to kick off the women's evolution, everything, like the longest reigning Divas champion. Even though the Divas era wasn't as important as it is now, it still kind of plays a factor into her legacy. So I think that has to hold some weight. And like I said, she was always pushed higher than Brie. So
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, she should definitely be higher than Brie, no doubt.
yeah, Brie's an 87. But then again, though, I don't know. Rhea Ripley's a 92.
Mommy! Why is Nikki Bella the same as Rhea Bloody Ripley?
And this is
she's
the
a
upgrade.
legend.
And this is the upgrade too, because before she was an 88.
Yeah.
She was the same as Finn Balor. So
So maybe they put her to a 90 now that she's going to be main eventing Mania with Charlotte.
Yeah.
I think
I
a
mean-
90's fair.
That's fair for now. They always can do upgrades, though.
I
I mean,
think it's
she,
fair.
she beat Charlotte at WrestleMania. It's probably going to boost her. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
To me, the 90 is high. She hasn't been on the main roster as long as Nikki Bella,
That's
as
true.
she was, and
This is what I'm saying.
she
You can't,
has been the Raw Women's Champion. But then she also had that stinker tag team run. Like that wasn't her
First ever
fault.
NXT UK Women's Champion. First
Yeah.
woman to ever enter at number 1 in the Royal Rumble and last the whole thing and win.
and she's the only woman to hold the UK, NXT, and Raw Women's title. So, and probably will hold the SmackDown Women's title, too. She should be the first to do that. So, that'll make her a more than a Grand Slam champion right there. She's been tag team champion, even though tag titles were more important. But
I think if she wins at Mania, for sure.
and if she won the Rumble and she main events Mania too, bro, that's gonna be
Yeah.
But see, compared to a legend though, so I would say 89.
Is that not? Hold on, but is that not?
If she wins Mania,
Is that not legendary stats, bro? Right there, all the stuff we just named, like.
But again, she's still on the roster, so it's like those points aren't there yet.
But there's still legends that could be like Seth Rollins is a legend, but he's still on the roster. But nobody's not gonna say he's not a legend at this point.
But
Like,
he's not in like the legends category in the game. That's what I'm saying.
of course, in the game, but I'm not talking about I'm talking about real life. Like the game and real life is two different things. Like some people on the roster right now, they're already legends, even though they don't fall in the legends category because they're already on the roster. But some people are just they're already legends. Like some people could retire right now and they'll be considered legends. Is what I'm saying. Like
Yeah, but I'm
because-
saying in the game, the legends get a couple point boosts just for being legends,
yeah,
not
that's,
necessarily because their accomplishments.
that's true too. But accomplishments, I think, has a factor to play into it. So Rhea.
Yeah.
Let's see. Rhea was a 90. What about Roxanne? Roxanne's an 81.
That's fine.
Should have just been an 80, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's only 1 point.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, it's like whatever. Like,
But it seems to make all the
But-
difference.
she's
for
the
me-
women's champion, so I mean,
But compared to Carmella, who's what was Carmella, a 78 to 79?
79.
But-
yeah.
Putting Roxanne over Carmella to me is disrespectful. Because
but you see,
yes,
this is
she
why
is,
we can't. This is,
yes,
It's hard-
she's the prodigy and she is the NXT Women's Champion. But Carmella is 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion, has been on the roster for a long time, Money in the Bank winner.
this-
Like,
and this is what I'm saying. Comparing
So putting-
legends to current to people who are only on the NXT roster kind of makes it difficult because NXT wise, Roxanne is an 81.
Yeah.
She's the champion. But if we start putting it on people on the main roster, she'll be like a 78.
I would have put her at 70, 77, 78.
No, I agree with this. First ever, NXT Women's Breakout Tournament winner, the one to dethrone Mandy Rose. Great in-ring skills, made a pretty good impression on the main roster.
Not better than
Little Royal
Cora Jade
Rumble
though, but
appearance. Way better than Cora Jade.
Nope.
We'll talk about it. But I think this is fair. I mean, if they gave Roxanne anything under an 80, then I think she'd look pretty weak, especially considering she's
Yeah.
the champion. So I think this is pretty fair.
I mean, looking at it when he said based off Carmella, she had a better year than Carmella last year, but she doesn't have the body resume, which kind of makes, like I said, it makes it tough, it makes it a little hard. It's like oranges and apples, you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
okay, she did have a better year than this person last year. Because some people obviously had better years than certain people, like, let me find, like Charlotte's in 94. And she wasn't even around last year. But
Yeah.
she's Charlotte Flair. So,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I want to
Yeah, that picture is
know-
ridiculous, bro.
I want to know how they came up with these numbers because are they basing it off of their entire body or are they of work or are they basing it on last year? Because if it's based on last year, Charlotte was gone for 8 months?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing to really put on there besides the main event at Mania. I don't even think they were main
It wasn't
event.
even
Or
the
are
main
they
event,
just
yeah, it
going,
wasn't the main
or
event.
do they just go off of last year's ratings and just be like, boop?
Yeah, similar.
Yeah, basically.
Because it's,
I
If it's
mean,
ba-
This
Oh,
is
go ahead,
another,
Malik.
this is another person that obviously falls in the legend stats. I mean, she's still active on the roster, but I mean, her body of work is too strong to not
Yeah.
have her anything else other than the 90s. But like I said, she wasn't around last year like that though. So it's like, okay, she wasn't really around like that. Like, it
you
makes
see,
it tough.
you see, but then, but then I just went back on 2K22 and Charlotte's rating was a 90. So even then, like, so from
She was a 90
from
last
that,
year?
she was a 90. So even from the game till now, what did she do to deserve a 4-point rating, bro?
yeah.
Say I
Maybe a
quit-
92.
Say I quit to Ronda Rousey. Is that the 4-point boost?
It's
She's the champion right now too. So yeah, that's clever.
I mean,
that
that
too.
plays a factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have given her. Actually, you guys better see if the world's ending because I'm gonna agree with the 94.
I think I would keep it at this too, because I don't think she should be lower than Ronda. And Ronda's the 93.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait,
Yeah,
so
Ronda.
but then Ronda beat her first. So how Ronda not?
No, Charlotte beat her at
Maxwell,
WrestleMania.
don't even.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Charlotte beat her at WrestleMania, and then Ronda beat her in the I Quit match. Charlotte beat her at WrestleMania.
Okay, so it is working.
Yeah. So
Yeah, the fact that that she's only 1 point above Ronda, like that's why Ronda needs to be lower, because there's no way with Charlotte being what is she, a 14-time women's
Yeah.
champion now,
yeah.
and has put on some of the best matches,
Mm-hmm.
and has arguably the best promo skills on the women's roster,
Yeah.
arguably.
Yeah.
Like, and that's coming from me, someone who doesn't even like her.
Yeah.
So for me to say that shows you how much I don't think that Ronda is only 1 point lower than her.
I mean, what about Bianca then? Bianca's a 95.
Why is Bianca not the highest rated woman in this
Period.
game?
Exactly.
I mean, she definitely is the face of the division right now. She had the best year, but like I said, I also think they're putting everybody else's body of work in it too. So it all plays factors. Because like I said, we don't know how they're basing the ratings off of though. Like,
Yeah.
obviously Bianca had a 95 year last year, but her body of work isn't Charlotte's or Becky's or everybody else's, so that also culminates into it. But I don't know. How
But
they
even
do the ratings.
if this was her body of work, say her body of work was a 95 for this year, right?
Right.
So the Royal Rumble win does nothing. The original SmackDown title that she won first does nothing. All the elimination chamber win, all that does nothing. Because if we're doing a full body of work, then it's like she should definitely be at least the same as Becky, bro. I'm sorry. Like, there's no. And Becky was injured most of this year again.
I think Becky should be at 94.
I would have given Becky a 93.
That's fine too, by all means.
93
Because
for Becky.
because Becky shouldn't be above Charlotte. But as for Bianca, I think
which is true, because that's another thing. If it's whole body of work, why in the hell is Becky over Charlotte?
I mean, because she was the man, and like that, she was very over though.
Yeah.
But for Bianca, a 95 for me is valid, and I think she
Yeah,
will continue to go up.
It's valid, and I agree with it, but she should still be the highest rated female. So.
I agree with it,
Yeah,
only because she wasn't
Becky's a
that like.
96.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, this
I
is
don't-
ridiculous.
No.
I mean,
Becky actually was 92, 93 last year, so she went up too.
And that's what I'm
3
saying.
points.
So what are we starting from, bro? Like for Becky, did we start at SummerSlam when she beat Bianca for 27 seconds? Like, is that what we're doing? Because let's see, Royal Rumble match against who? No, day one, Doudrop. Then Royal Rumble. Who was it?
Liv Morgan.
That was Doudrop.
Liv.
Liv Morgan was day one.
Yeah, and
Day
then
one.
Yeah.
Then Doudrop.
Yeah.
Elimination Chamber. I don't think she had a match.
Lita.
No.
It was Lita.
Yeah.
And then WrestleMania, she lost the title.
And then she was feuding with Bianca here and there
And then SummerSlam came. She got injured. And then
then
came
she
back
came
in
back.
November.
at War Games, yeah. So
And the
she
tag
doesn't
titles
really-
don't count. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think their goal they have to do past and current, but she definitely shouldn't be if they're gonna base it off of if they're gonna base strictly off of this last year, then she definitely shouldn't be higher than Bianca for sure.
Exactly.
Like, she wasn't around. Well, besides the injury, but she wasn't pushed as the face of the division last year. Like that was Bianca's spot. You know what I mean? So, but I think I don't know. It's I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do the ratings. Like
But
she's
even
the
body of work.
she got the highest rating of any woman ever in the game.
two
Yeah,
two
that
two years in a
was
row.
wild.
Two years in a row, by the way. Technically, I think 3 because she was on the cover on 2K20 with Roman, so that would make her have to be the highest woman on the game. So that's
Yeah,
3
yeah,
years.
yeah.
So that's 3 years in a row.
I
To
don't
me,
know what
it's
she was until
wild
we-
that
No.
she is the top in the women's division for the game. Like, obviously, it's a game, and I get it. But there has to be real life application to it. Like, this is how they view her. They view her as their number one woman in history, basically.
Yeah.
At least
yeah.
for the last 3 years, they've considered her the number one spot. And while I think she has done so much for herself the last few years, I do not think if we look at her entire body of work that she would be above Charlotte. It's just,
Yeah, no.
Well, I mean, you got to look at it. I mean, it's kind of even to me. I mean, Becky,
they're all right there.
first ever women's WrestleMania main event winner. She's been longest reigning Raw
Becky
Women's
two votes?
champion. Besides, I think Bianca's passed her up now, or is going to, or has. And then she's first ever SmackDown Women's Champion for the women. She's been obviously tag champ right now and everything, which is kind of whatever. But Royal Rumble winner, like popularity wise too. she may be the first
Yeah.
legit woman that was like legit, like face of the company material. Like there was a period of time when people said that she was the face of the WWE. Like she was that popular. Like you go back and look
Yeah.
at 2018, 2019. Like there were people who were saying she was above Roman, she was above Seth. Like her popularity was all outrageous. You know what I mean? And that you hadn't really seen that for the women, at least for my time. I ain't never seen that in WWE for the women. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
realistically, there is no WrestleMania main event that year without Becky Lynch's name on that card. I mean, like she was a big part of it. So I think it all plays factors into it though. It just it's just last year. Like she didn't have the best. She didn't have the best year last year,
Yeah.
which makes it tough.
So Ronda's classified as a legend, by the way. Just let y'all
No
know that.
way.
Since 2K20, she was on the roster as a legend. So, but since 2K20, it was Becky and Ronda even at 90. So still 3 years in a row.
So she's gone up every year.
Yep, 90, 92, 96.
She's gone up every year. So
Yeah, no,
Well,
that
for
doesn't
me,
make sense to
Becky
me.
Lynch would get a 93.
And see,
I
this
think-
is why I said they should have been the same. So Becky and Ronda could both be 90s, but Bianca and Becky couldn't be 96s.
Right.
The
Well,
year was
I
circled
would-
around them.
I would have
Like,
just put. I mean, anything. I may have had Charlotte and Becky the same and Bianca higher. Like I think those three are the right three to be the top three though.
Yeah.
Like,
no, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Agreed.
those are the right three to be the top three for sure. Because I think they've done the most for at least the last 5 years in the division.
Yeah, I would have done a 94 for Becky, to be honest. Maybe a 93, either one.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. All right, let's
Yeah.
dive into the men's. We'll start with this one. I'm seeing what people say about AJ Styles. What do you guys think about AJ? 89?
Yeah, this did not make sense to me. This was a little much.
AJ should a little much. You mean too high?
No, too low.
Oh, because I was gonna say 91.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if they're
But
based,
again,
like,
look at last year. He didn't do that much.
that's true. That's a fair point. That's a
I
fair
mean, neither does Charlotte, and she's a 94. So,
Neither did Becky, and she's a 96.
and she's the highest woman on the.
Yeah, like,
And not to change the subject, but if you really want to get crazy, how is The Rock a 96 over The Undertaker? Let's just talk. So again,
Okay,
these ratings
well,
are cuckoo.
yeah.
So it doesn't. AJ should
think-
be a 91.
I think 89 is valid for AJ Styles.
I would go 90, maybe.
91.
I would say at least a 90 for sure. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
AJ
He's had a stinker couple years though. And that's not his fault.
it's not his fault, but I feel like when you're already at the legend stats, you got to be at least
Yeah.
a 90 or above. Like
Mhm.
the same with like Batista. Batista should be a 90 or above.
No,
Like,
but yeah, that
legend.
makes no sense. Like,
Batista's a legend. Like
Batista should at least be 90.
Yeah.
89. Like this is why I kind of have to compare them a little bit though. Like you can't tell me Nikki Bella is a 90 over Batista. Like those are where the issues
We-
come in for
You
me.
can't compare the men and women.
Man,
in
I
my
do.
opinion.
Y'all don't, but I do.
but you see that? But see, that gives you more issues, Bradley.
I won't compare them because I'm looking at it from all aspects. Like Shawn Michaels 88, HBK 88. Like
no.
Batista's higher than Shawn Michaels. What is this? Like
You know,
so was AJ Styles. Like
I'm not gonna argue with that.
some of these
That's just
are
me.
some of these are definitely a little crazy. Like Shawn Michaels definitely should be in the 90s. He's a legend.
Yeah, that
for
was
sure.
crazy to me.
Like Sami Zayn's in 84.
Yeah,
And he was a part of the greatest story last year.
If I'm being
Yeah.
honest,
Yeah,
maybe at 85, but I think that's fair.
I would have said 86. I think he deserved to be in the higher 80s
I would
Like,
say
yeah, he was on
87
TV,
for
but like,
last year.
87 for Sami Zayn.
He got
People-
I would put him in the high 80s for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I put 85. I feel like that's fair.
For some
I mean-
reason, people ignore how good Sammy is in the ring, or like we just like
Yeah.
to forget about it conveniently. It's
yeah. I mean, he gets the high rating for me because he was a part of the most important story all last year, like, and he helped
And
make that story
continuing.
great. Yeah, and he helped make that story great for a lot of reasons. You know what I mean? Like, without Sammy being put, like, the Bloodline needed Sammy at that time, and Sammy needed the Bloodline for all to go together. So if that doesn't happen, obviously Sammy, I don't know where he would have been. I mean, maybe doing shit with Johnny
Ma-
Knoxville again. I don't know. And not to
Maximum,
mention
maximum male model, bro.
the
No.
stuff that, not to mention the stuff that he did before the Bloodline stuff, like the match he had with Johnny Knoxville at WrestleMania. Like he made all that shit work. Like
Mhm.
all that,
it was
all that stuff,
awesome.
all that stuff worked because of him. So
Yeah,
he's already proven
seriously.
that he can take a lot of things that people may find shit and turn it into gold. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I put him in the higher 80s. Obviously, he
At
loses.
least 86. At least.
Yeah,
I feel
at
like an
least.
85 is valid.
Yeah, I would put him in the higher 80s for
It's
me.
not the worst, yeah.
Let's see. Let's not. What Gunther is in 89. They upgraded his. See the 1 point. He was in 88, so they boosted his a little bit.
I
feel-
think this is fine.
That's fair.
Yeah, Gunther's had a great year as Intercontinental champion. So
It's fair.
Maybe next year he'll be like
I-
90, but right
yeah,
now
I don't
89
think
is
he's-
good.
If the rumors are true and what he's about to go on, you know, he gonna be a 90s pretty soon.
Right,
But-
yeah, for sure.
But 89, I think, you know.
But again, compared to AJ Styles' resume, Gunther
Yeah.
89. I feel
Again,
like he's,
this
That's
is
what I'm
why
saying.
this
He's
is why
fresh.
you
he's
do it how
still
you want to
fresh
do
on
it.
the main roster, and I think he should have started out 87.
Longest reigning. What is he? The longest reigning NXT UK champ? I think so.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he was. He beat Pete Dunne. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. So I don't know.
And he's
Well,
about to
Gunther-
and he's about to be the first person in God knows how long to hit 300 days as IC champion.
But see, this is where the comparison for me comes in because, like, ain't no way Gunther higher than Shawn Michaels. That's not even. That
No.
shouldn't even be in the same breath.
But
Yeah,
you see,
see?
that's why I can't do it. That's why I'm not gonna waste my time and get angry, bro. Because
Yeah.
he's a legend. Like, and Gunther's just starting out. Like, I'm not gonna do it to myself.
I think they're just like with the champions, especially, they're giving them those few extra points this year,
Which is
just
true.
based off of
Because
being the champion.
and I
I feel
mean,
like if
you
he
Well, I don't know because Austin Theory's 82. So
Yeah, this
Oof,
is
and yeah, that was a
ridiculous.
crime.
Logan
That's a
Paul
crime,
is rated
honestly.
Higher than Theory. Logan Paul.
But here's the issue. This is where I say, where do you start it from? Because the attire that he has on in 82 is respectable.
True.
Because this is even pre-Vince. But then, if you're not, this is disgusting.
yeah, I mean, this is
Two-time
even-
United States champion, Mr. Money in the Bank. Yeah, his cash-in was unsuccessful. Okay, fine, we get it. But Baron Corbin is an 84, and if you want to put everything together, first ever failed
Yes.
cash-in. But anywho,
Shit.
yeah,
I mean,
I just don't get it. Oh, he's lost so many matches.
So,
Really want to go there with other wrestlers?
Yeah,
It makes no sense. He should have been at 85 at the most.
but see, then in
he
that
should,
place,
he should have been in the high 80s.
that plays to Sammy only being 84. It's like
Yeah.
I think Theory is not as high as Sammy, but I think an 82 was still bad for Theory. Like,
What do you what do you mean? Because before it was Sammy, it was my boy holding down the Bloodline storyline. He was getting his ass beat by everybody. You remember when Jimmy smacked him in the back of the head, or it was Jay? I forgot which one it was.
I've gained so much respect for Theory over the last like
Yeah.
5-6 months because before I was like I would have been like 78, but now I'm like he's gained my respect and I think
Yeah.
he should have been at least 85.
I think an
I-
85 would have been fair.
I think he
for
should have
sure.
been in the high 80s for me. I'd have put him at 88 if I'm being real. That's for
Right,
me.
one
I would-
That's-
point under Gunther.
That's me being biased,
Yeah,
but
I mean,
85
he's
would have been
been-
better.
He's been a great U.S. champion since he's been champion, and he's probably going to beat John Cena at WrestleMania. So I mean,
Not probably.
Yeah.
And people want to bring up the failed cash in, but I feel like that needed to happen for him to be where he is now.
hmm
yeah.
So I'm okay with that.
I mean, at the time, it was dog shit. Like when we saw it,
I mean, yeah, we
of
did.
course.
we didn't, but we didn't know the plan. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But like
It
you
was
said,
part of
like
the story.
he's an 82, but Logan Paul's an 84. So
Yeah, what the hell is
Garbage.
going on here?
See,
Logan Paul higher than Austin Theory. I feel like 80 and the mid 80s is okay for Logan Paul, but he shouldn't be higher than Austin Theory though.
He probably only got that 84 because he had a match with Roman. If I'm being
well,
honest
and
with you.
because he's a celebrity. Because let's be real,
That
Bad Bunny is also at 84. And if we're comparing Bad Bunny to Logan Paul has had better matches. But
Yeah.
Bad
Logan
Bunny
Paul
has
should lose,
won
like,
more
yeah.
matches.
Logan has only had like 2 matches, and he should lose 3 points because Jake Paul lost to Tommy Fury.
It ain't Logan. Logan.
No, I mean, I think Logan Paul got an 84.
I
Number
mean,
one
Logan's
celebrity.
had 4 matches so far. He's gonna have his 5th match at WrestleMania, but all his matches he's done well in. So I feel
Yeah,
like
but there's no accolades. There's like
But yeah, he lost almost all those matches.
he only lost 1.
No, he only lost
No.
one. He only lost against Roman.
He lost to Roman Reigns.
Oh, you're
Beat
right.
the
He
Miz.
beat the
What was
Mysterios. He beat the Miz.
Oh, I was thinking of The Miz turning on him as him losing.
And
Not-
well, technically he lost because he lost the Royal Rumble too. So we got
W
that.
for the Miz.
I mean, yeah.
He lost the Royal Rumble, so that's technically so that plays factors in there. But yeah, I mean he's only so technically he's 2-2 if you want to count the Rumble. He's 2-2. But singles
Okay,
matches
well,
he's
even
2-1.
Even 2-2, I think an
but this is the
84
thing too,
was,
though. Like,
was way
what
too
about,
high.
About Solo. Solo's an 82.
Oh my god. We need to have a conversation with the people who made this, because why is Solo Sikoa like lower than Logan Paul?
And Solo's on the same level as Austin Theory right now too, as far as ratings. The ratings.
Which
Not to mention, I don't know.
Wait.
I don't know if anybody knows this, but Solo is also still undefeated on the main roster. He hasn't lost yet.
Yeah.
And a little update: 2K22. Logan Paul was an 80.
He went up 4
So
He went up
4
4 points?
points. 4 points.
Wait, he was on the game last year? What?
Yeah, he was
He was in
DLC.
last year. He was in
Oh,
DLC
yes,
last
okay.
year.
DLC. So whatever he did from there, which is
It's his
just the
match.
Roman match.
Yeah, it's the
was
matches.
lose. Okay.
That's crazy.
I think it's celebrity and performance wise that go into it.
Yeah, I mean,
That's crazy, man.
like I said, because Bad Bunny is also 84.
And
so,
Solo
I mean, I
wasn't
think-
in 2K22, so
Yeah,
can't
but he's
do
still
that.
he's still undefeated. He hasn't
But see,
lost
this
yet.
is my issue of where they start stuff from, because he may not have anything on the main roster, but he was the NXT North American champion, so it's like
Yeah.
that should still give him in theory. Him in theory shouldn't even be the same rating.
Yeah,
It makes
No.
no sense. It makes no sense. I made the video about it. It shouldn't. It just doesn't add up.
I mean, like, yes, he's part of the bloodline, which, you know, like, elevates his status in the company. But, like, Solo never talks. He mostly is just, like, there.
he's the enforcer. Yeah,
Yeah, he's the enforcer. Do I think that deserves an 82? Maybe.
I don't know.
I would have started him out as an 80 for this year because I think next year he's going to
And
do
see,
big things.
and see, that's the thing. The character that we see right now, that's NXT Solo. So it's like,
Yeah.
don't get me
about,
started on.
what about Seth Rollins? Seth Rollins is 92.
The only thing I'm gonna say is they knew better than to put Cody Rhodes over Seth Rollins. They knew
Yeah,
better.
they did.
It's only a 1 point difference, but they knew better.
They did. That I'll give them.
But
This is fine by me.
for everything, I mean, I think that's valid.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, considering he lost a lot last
Maybe
year.
maybe a 93, but 92.
I
I mean,
Yeah.
but we talk about losing factor too, and like he lost a lot last year, but I
Yeah.
think Seth Rollins is still Seth Rollins. You know,
And if all that losing was taken away, he would definitely be like a 95, 94.
I mean, yeah, he
Yeah.
lost,
For
but he
sure.
also put on some of the best matches last year.
Oh,
So
now
take
I
that.
gotta fact check Seth's rating from last year.
You know,
I think,
WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes.
I think
Hell in a
92
Cell.
is valid.
Yeah.
92 is cool because Cody is at 91 this
Yeah.
year.
So to 2K, Seth went up 1 point. Last year he was a 91.
Yeah, that's
So,
fair.
point.
Fine by me.
Cody wasn't on the game last year, so this is for back in the game.
Don't make me go back all the way to
Okay.
what was this? SVR 10. I'll do it.
Hey, 2K, he was Stardust last time. Go look.
Yo, that's crazy. The last time he was in this game, he was Stardust,
Go
bro.
look it up. Go look up his
crazy.
rating. I think it was like
He was a
2K
he was a
I think it was-
76.
2K. I think it was 2K
76 at Stardust, bro.
So he went up tremendously.
15 points.
So here's the thing about Cody. I think Cody is incredible, and I think he's great on the mic. He's great in the ring. I think he has the whole package. Do I think, considering, you know, he was gone for a long time last year, do I think he should have been 91? Mm-hmm. But at the same time,
But you also got to look into it though. Cody's also still unbeaten since he came back.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
He beat Seth 3 times last year. Won the Royal Rumble Day. He's going to main event WrestleMania this year. So I mean, against the guy. So I feel like 91 is cool for him at the moment. Just because of we don't know what the year would look like if he had not got injured.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
what he would have done and what the plans were. But the fact that he still never lost a match since he's been back, like not even the Royal
Yeah.
Rumble. He's won every match that he's been in since he's been
Yeah.
back. So either his first L is going to be at WrestleMania, or they're going to continue to push him, and he's going to continue to keep winning. So I think 91 is cool though.
I probably just would have said like a 90. Like,
Yeah, I
would've
would have
been
gave
fine
him.
with a
I'd
90,
have
yeah.
gave him a 90.
But 91 is cool with me too.
I mean, 90 is
Alex said an 89.
Damn.
It's only 1 point difference.
so- he's a Cody hater though. I think.
Oh.
Yeah. Alex hates everything. He's everything.
Yeah, I've
Facts.
noticed that. It's been a running
But
bit.
Brock's a 97.
Rock should be a
This-
98.
This is the man that's playing
98.
Omos.
Brock should be a
Okay,
98.
but Maddie, Wheezy Blonde made a good point in her video that Brock does not do anything that Brock Lesnar does not want to do.
That
So
is-
he
yeah.
agreed to that Omos match.
He did. He's
listen-
literally
listen-
the one who said he doesn't want to work with Bray.
Right. He don't want
He literally said it, bro. I don't want to work with him.
So if Brock is
The second time he turned down the
is
Bray Wyatt match,
wanting
man.
to work with Omos, then I respect it a little bit more. But at 97, I mean,
It's
Malik,
Brock
how do you
Lesnar,
feel
It's
about
Brock Lesnar.
that
I mean,
against
it's Brock
Shawn
Lesnar.
Michaels, though?
Oh,
Brock Lesnar will destroy Shawn Michaels any era. Put him. I mean,
And
Yeah, but
greatest of all
he's,
time?
he's not higher than Shawn Michaels all time for me. No.
I
Shawn
mean,
Michaels. Shawn Michaels arguably to me. There's Shawn Michaels arguably to me could be in my top.
you know,
five.
I'll save this for like a debate, but never mind. I don't want to get there. I'll save this for a conversation with Jason.
I mean, obviously, legitimacy wise, Brock Lesnar may be the most legit.
Because I said,
superstar
you know what? Nah, I'll bring it up. I said it last. I mean, I said it last night, bro.
ever. What was it? Hey, somebody look up his rating last year.
Let's be honest. If Shawn Michaels never came back and had that 2002 run and on, would we really classify him as a GOAT right now?
I don't know about him being the GOAT, but he would still be a legend for sure.
You think so?
Yeah, look at what he did in the '90s. His body worked.
Me and Petty don't think so, bro. Like, if Shawn Michaels don't come back, I don't.
You look at his first run. He won all his world titles during his first run. IC champion, tag team champion, WrestleMania main event. Like, he already done it all before he got injured.
Well,
94.
let me just say,
94.
then
So he
I
went
would
up
have
three.
I would have bumped up Brock to a 95 then, and leave it at that.
So he went
Yeah.
up 3. I mean, he went up 3 points.
And you see, he was the champion too when that game came out. So don't forget that.
And you got to look last year. I mean, last year he didn't win a lot. Last year either.
He didn't. He was getting beat
Yeah,
by
that's-
Roman every damn.
yeah. Oh my god.
Well,
So
and
last
he
year,
lost
how
to
many-
Bobby.
How many matches did he win last year? He lost to Bobby at the Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He won the Elimination Chamber. Remember that? Then he lost
Did,
to Roman
didn't he lose
twice.
at day one too? No, he won the title.
No, he
never
won
mind.
it day one.
He
Yeah,
won the
big-
title.
He lost to Roman. He beat Bobby. Did beat Bobby at Crown Jewel. That's right. He beat Bobby at Crown Jewel. Remember that?
Mhm. Yeah, that
So-
was a bad ending. Yeah.
Yeah, he was 2-3 last year. 2-3 in matches last year. But like I said, this is Brock Lesnar, so the legitimacy, like you have to play both factors into it. Like
It's the beast incarnate.
I think both factors have to play into it. Obviously, like you can talk about past resume and current resume and legitimacy. But I think I would have probably put him like 94, 95. I probably kept the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think 94 and 95 would have been.
I agree with you, Alex.
Would have been better.
But that's just me. I agree with you,
Could
bro.
Brock over Cena?
No.
Cena
And
was
what's-
the
and-
face
and
of
what's-
the company for
and-
how long?
Forget the face of the company. Homie is the cover. And,
Yeah.
like,
Cover of
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
and he
I didn't
And
expect.
I didn't even know this was his rating. This is honestly like my first time seeing Cena's
Yeah,
rating.
Cena's a 94.
I didn't
This
expect him to be the
is
highest, though,
insane to me.
'cause of
And
Roman,
maybe it's just
obviously.
me. I don't think he should have been the cover of the game.
No.
Because he had one match last year,
Bianca
and it was
Belair
the
should
end
have
of the
covered.
year. So I don't think
Yeah,
he should have
but
been the cover, but
People going to buy the cover more because it's John Cena, so that's what.
Bro, and that's what I said. Like, I get it. Roman Reigns fans probably upset, but like more people are gonna buy it if Cena's face is on the
I
cover.
paid the most expensive version because John Cena on it. I'm like, I'm buying the most expensive version. John Cena, like, what?
Down bad.
John Cena on the
you're a
cover.
Cena
like,
stan, so
like John Cena on the cover. Anything John
Cena-
Cena, I'm gonna get.
It should at least be a 95, bro. Like he
Yeah,
shouldn't be.
absolutely.
He shouldn't be the lower sides of the 90s. Like it's Cena, and he's the cover athlete.
I mean, the legends that are higher than him, if you want to count Brock,
I
The
think that's
Rock
it.
is over him. Stone Cold
Yeah,
and
The
Undertaker.
Rock.
And Undertaker.
The Rock
those
being
are
over
valid.
him.
That's fine, but like, Brock.
Those are all fine, but I think that Cena should be. I think he should be right there with them. Like, all like.
yeah.
Alex is saying a 97. Someone said 98.
98, but 97. I'd fuck with. Yeah.
I mean, if you're counting, obviously this is a current picture of Cena. Like, this is a current Cena.
And that's the thing. It's like,
But if you're counting, like, obviously, there are more versions of Cena in the game that are probably going to be higher because they're doing the showcase mode with him. So I mean, obviously, like, when he's like prime Cena, he's probably going to be like a fucking 97 or something. You know what I mean? Like, because
Yeah.
he barely lost around those times. But I mean, this
94
is
is too low.
94. So what would you have?
96.
96 for you. What about you, Maddie?
96, I think, is good. Yeah, maybe 97 if you want to be so bold.
97. I mean, Brock's 97, so should Brock be over Cena? That's what I'm saying.
That's
Yeah,
why.
but we said that Brock should be lower, so.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how much lower I would have put. I don't know how much lower I would have put Brock. That's the thing. Like, how much lower can you possibly put Brock? You know what I mean? Like
95.
95.
95.
See, me and Maddie are on the same page.
Yeah, I'll see 99. What about this one?
You can't really
Okay.
argue. You can't really argue.
99.
with this.
yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Okay,
99.
Malik, you know I acknowledge our tribal chief, but 99, almost a perfect score. I understand. I understand his accolades. I understand he's face of the company. But yo,
This is obviously
That's-
based off the like his rating is obviously based off his last body of work, which is why that's understandable because it's his
Nope.
last body of work.
Nope.
He hasn't lost a match since 3 years.
Nope.
So
Roman
a
Reigns.
little OP
No,
for
no,
me.
no. Hold on. All right. This is me now. I am Axel. Now just listen. Roman Reigns, with everything that he has done till now, should have been the first wrestler to ever crack the 100 rating. I'm sorry. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Who else? Why not? Why can't he not be a 99? I mean,
like
100.
said,
Why
hasn't-
can't he be 100?
He hasn't been pinned in 3 years.
Hasn't been pinned in 3 years. He held it down with no fans, with computer monitor fans, and still holding it down with live fans.
So much
Every
like
time
it should
the-
be
every
an
time the-
82. Big facts. No.
I just feel like Roman should have been the first one to crack 100. They've done it in 2K before with NBA. Shaquille O'Neal was so nasty. They were like, bruh, a 99 ain't good enough. He needs to be
give him
100.
100. I remember that.
I feel like, even though I do not like him, I feel like Roman should have been the one. I mean, he's about to be the one to crack 1,000. I'm sorry. I'm on the defense now that they might say fuck Cody.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're gonna do that too. My boy.
I'll never see another person hold a title for 1,000 days, let alone 7, 6, 500. Like, come
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like he should have been the first one to crack 100. He deserves it. And every year
Okay.
he's gotten better, especially his mic skills.
Here's my issue with it, and I think this is just the way my brain works. You should not be cracking. The only person to crack 100 when you only show up every 2 to 3 weeks, and that's just me. Like,
But you see, now we can take that as two things though, because if we want to get personal with it, there's a reason why. I mean, they need to be safe with Roman. Like the first time they tried to have him go again and again, what happened? Man got COVID.
True.
And now we're here where both titles are unified. So they have to, like, yeah, I crack on him that you only spent 3 minutes in the War Games, but they have to be careful with him because, like, he's the face. They don't feel like nobody else could replace Roman. Like, back in the day, oh, Cena's hurt? Throw it on Randy. Oh, Randy gets hurt? Throw it on Triple H. This man right here gets hurt? They don't have anybody else who people won't complain about. They could give it to Brock. Don't nobody want to see that.
Nope.
Yeah.
They could give it to Seth, but we already know WWE does not see Seth as that person. That's why Roman's in this seat right now. I like, yes, I bash him, but there's reasons why they protect this man.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
reasons.
I mean, you got to look at you look at 2020 to 2021, he wrestled a lot throughout those years. It wasn't until 2022 is when they started to backtrack. All right, let's backtrack his run because now we're really going to push him as our guy, but they use him as a special attraction now. Like, there's a reason ticket sales higher when his name's there because they know Roman Reigns is going to be there. Like, they know what they're doing when it comes to the money factor.
One SmackDown I went to before they announced Roman, you were able to get any kind of ticket. They announced Roman, almost sold out.
Yeah.
I mean, it plays a factor. The reason that he's a 99, like I said, is because of his body of work of the last 3 years. He hasn't been pinned in 3 years. When's the last wrestler you can name that hasn't got pinned in 3 years?
I thought
3
you were going to say
years?
the last one to pin him. That was Baron
Baron
Corbin.
Corbin.
Baron Corbin was the last one to pin him. Roman Reigns, the last time he was pinned before the pandemic even happened. Pandemic hadn't even happened yet. That's how long ago it was.
No, that's the crazy part.
Yeah, like the pandemic wasn't even a thing yet before Roman had got pinned, and he was still the big dog at that time. So I don't know a wrestler that I've seen in my time that didn't get pinned in 3 years.
It could have been Cena, but the way they pushed him,
They never even put Cena like this.
they could have, but how many times Cena done got hurt?
Yeah, he got hurt a lot. Like
Because of how much they kept pushing him. Like, bro, it's
Yeah.
like I think they finally learned, like, let's relax. If this is going to be the guy, he doesn't have to be at every pay-per-view, at least the big fours, but
The only lucky thing about Cena is that he was like Superman. He'd come back. Like,
yeah,
fast as ever.
the Royal Rumble return is still crazy to me, bro.
Yeah, like he would come back. He would come back faster. But like Cena's run when he was champion for 380 days, it was a great run. But the only reason it ended because he got hurt. That's the only reason it ended. And if it didn't get hurt, who knows how long he'd been champion? He'd been champion for another 2 years for all we know. But I think they're trying to play safe with injuries. Like if you look at it last year. I don't know how true it was, but a lot of people said that, he got hurt in the match with Brock at Mania with the shoulder thing. So, they were kind of skeptical with that. So, like, all right, you know what I'm saying? We don't want this man to get hurt. You feel me? So, I think it's definitely a protective thing. It's a money investment thing you're doing with Roman. And they're trying to make sure, like, realistically, WrestleMania, I honestly don't know what's happening. I really don't. I can't tell you who's winning. I don't know what's happening. At this point, I don't know who's beating Roman. Like, I want to believe it can be Cody. I still don't know,
I don't
though.
know.
I still don't know. But nobody has no idea. Nobody has any clue. They pushed this man so hard the last 3 years. Nobody really knows when he's losing at this point.
Well, I would have gave him a 98.5.
A 98.
I thought you were
Been
gonna
getting
say,
decimals in here.
I thought you were gonna say a 90, and I was like,
Oh,
okay,
oof,
wait.
no,
Like,
everybody would have came for me.
No, definitely not a 90 for sure. I mean, like his resume, like I said, is based off the last 3 years. You could tell because before that he went.
I mean, yeah.
99. He went
3 main events at Mania.
I wonder
back to
why they
back.
didn't just go ahead and give him the 100.
That's what I'm saying. Just give him the 100.
Like, you might
Because
as
of those
well.
years where everybody hated him and he was.
And I think he's been the top person for like the last 3 years too. So if that, like, come on.
Yeah.
Like before the Tribal Chief stuff, they obviously were trying to push him as the face, but he only really felt like that during WrestleMania time because he was in the main event. Like after that,
Yeah.
he didn't really feel like the face of the company. But the last 3 years, it's been unanimous. Like he's been that guy. You know what I mean? Like it's just he feels that like he's that top guy. So 99, I mean, based off the last 3 years, I would say yeah.
And he went up 4 from last year. So there's that.
Wow.
So I'll say one up for it. Yeah. So, and he's better this year than he was last year. So he's
Yeah.
improved. So last year he wasn't even double champ. Now he got all the titles. and he's in all the main events. Literally all the main events.
Yes.
Literally even main event at the Royal Rumble. They put the Royal Rumble match on first because Roman was in the main event. Obviously, the story aspect played into it.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, there's no way he could have main evented Royal Rumble last year.
But I mean, at this point, Roman even said it himself. He's either going to be in the first match or the last. It's one of the two.
Oh.
So
Never mind. Roman wasn't the highest in 2K20. It was The Rock and Brock.
Wow, Axel, check your facts.
Well,
that was
I mean-
2K20. That's 2K22.
hey, he was on the cover. My bad.
And that was and you see that was a different version of Roman too. You look at the
It
cover.
was. That was the big dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have any more left, Malik?
The big
Roman,
dog.
Roman was the last one.
Well, I don't think that anyone should ever crack the 100 because I think that's just like an unattainable type of thing. But-
Tell that to Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, we won't talk
But
about
to be
that.
fair though, I mean like Shaq was unstoppable. So it's like
That's what. And right now, Roman,
it's unstoppable.
he's unstoppable, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Like there've only been certain people to crack that, but the people that they've had in those ratings, I feel like made sense. Like LeBron was a 99 for like decades, but he was the best player in the entire basketball world. So why would he not be a 99? Nobody's better than him. Anybody, if you put anybody above that person, that just means you're saying somebody's better than him, which wasn't true. So right now in the WWE, Roman is the guy. So
I mean, can we compare basketball to wrestling though?
same company who makes the games though.
Okay, but basketball is based on like
What speed?
Real life.
What speed? Athleticism? Your draw
No.
power?
okay, but I'm saying
How many seats? How
LeBron-
many asses can you put in the seats?
Okay, but LeBron isn't booked to be the number one guy. Like that was based off of his own self.
Right,
Roman
right.
was put in this position, and so
Actually, he was born into this position.
Don't start with that. So to compare,
I mean, if we being
like,
honest, really look at his family from even past The Rock. This is what Roman's supposed to be.
yeah, I mean he said it in his promos last
This
week.
is if Roman wasn't what he
Wait,
is now,
no,
he
go
is
to
a
football
failure
first
to his
then.
family. Like
then why did he go to football first then?
They all
because
go to football first.
The Rock
did
went to
too.
football.
They all
The
did.
Rock went to football first too. Cause you big as you 265 and all muscle, I go to football too.
Okay, but Rock isn't claiming that from a baby he was groomed to be the top guy.
Yes, he
in
does.
wrestling.
Watch Young Rock. He said it. He said it. He's always wanted to be a wrestler when he was a child. Even his mother wanted him to go into wrestling
Okay, but
because his
that's-
father and grandfather were wrestlers. It's in the family. It's what they do. Rikishi, the Usos, freaking
Okay, but if that's true,
Umaga.
then they wouldn't go in football first.
They all try football first though. Like the Solo, they all play football first, but they all end up finding wrestling because that's just
Even Brock
They
even
end
Brock
up
Lesnar,
finding it.
even Brock Lesnar, Baron Corbin went to football first. So like, what does that?
Okay, well,
And Pat
that's
McAfee
fair.
did too. It just worked a little better, you know.
Yeah.
He was a kicker though.
That's what I'm saying. He
I mean,
wasn't groomed as a child to be a wrestler, or else he
He
would have been training
was.
his whole. He would have
His
been training
family
his
is
whole
nothing
life instead of
but
going to
it's
football.
nothing but but at the end of the day it doesn't matter if it's still what your family does. There's still that thing in you that still wants to do what you want to do, and if
Of
that doesn't
course.
work, then of course you could fall on your family. That's why football players still go to college to get their degrees, because if football don't work, what's going to happen?
Right,
So
yeah,
yes, they have the backup plan. They can always be wrestlers. They're the fucking Samoan dynasty. They can be it, but can I be my own person? If it don't work out, then guess what?
And they all
I'm Roman
try
Reigns.
to. I think they all try to eventually, but they all end up like.
You
Solo
can't
just
avoid
Solo-
your destiny, bro. You
Solo
can't.
just started wrestling not too long ago, and he's already in his late 20s. You know what I mean? So like, it took him this long to even find his path. But I mean, they all end up there at some point because
They all do.
they're all good.
Yeah.
They're all good.
The point is that in basketball, it's not picked who's going to be the top guy. You earn that, and yes, obviously Roman has earned his spot.
Well, with LeBron, LeBron didn't have to earn nothing. They saw one game and they picked him. They were like, "You are it, kid. You are the chosen one. You are going to be the next Michael
I'm
Jordan."
just saying, a real life sport compared to booked scripted wrestling. That's my whole point.
Hey, if we really want to go there, basketball and football.
I think if
I don't care, because at the end of the day, on both sports, if I hit you the wrong way, you're dead and your neck is broken. So I don't care what's scripted, what's real. It's still a sport. If I kick you in your face,
Of
it's gonna
course it
hurt.
is.
If I tackle you, it's gonna hurt. It's just at the end of the day, it's the same company. Like, it's 2K, so it's
Yeah.
been done
Yeah.
in a 2K game before. So in another one, I feel like if there was somebody that close to doing it, it should have been Roman. And I hate him. I hate him.
At least you can admit it.
I do. I just hope he loses at Mania, because I'm gonna be the most.
prayers.
If he wins, y'all gonna hate me, because I'm gonna turn into the most. Y'all think Malik is bad?
I ain't even that bad. I just say I like Roman. I mean,
I think overall with the game, you know, if it was up to the fans, obviously we would never agree on
No.
the correct numbers.
Of
So I
course not.
think
yeah, there's different
you
ratings
know,
for everybody.
I think they did their best, but they definitely dropped the ball with some of those.
For sure. Some of those are definitely kind of outrageous for sure. Like, why is this person so low or that person so high?
Seriously.
Some of them were cool. Some of them were neutral, but
One that I was really annoyed was that Maurice is the same score as Carmella, and I'm sorry, that's just
It's
oh,
fine.
she's 79. She's 79.
yeah. Maurice is also 79, and she
But
was
again-
she was
but
again
again-
she was just Divas champion.
But how many times? Remember, it all depends on how they go. Full body of work.
I think she was only champ once, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Yeah.
Really?
once.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh, man.
twice,
Well,
but
pourquoi?
I didn't even remember she was. I didn't even remember she was champion until somebody just said it. So I would have
Yeah,
never.
she was champion. I swore it was a little more than once, but guess not.
If,
That's what I'm
if
saying.
it was more than it was twice at the most, definitely was. But
same
I think
score
it
as
was just the
Carmella.
one time.
yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah, I don't know.
Some of these are a little outrageous though. Like some of these people definitely should be.
It's
higher
hard
than
with
what
the
So
they are.
Alex is saying that she was 2-time Divas
Oh,
champion.
Tuta. Okay.
Okay, see, I knew it was more than one.
And we're not going
two-time?
to fact check that, but it's fine.
It's out
Nope, I
here.
already did. Yep, Maurice two-time
Oh,
Divas
two-time.
champion.
Oh, really?
Okay.
It's out
And I mean, if you want to throw it in, she also won the Divas Championship tournament. I don't know what that was, but you know, she won that.
I don't remember that shit.
It was in 2010.
I don't remember none of that. I ain't gonna lie. I don't remember none of that stuff.
It was in 2010. Hell if I remember it.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, that's how she won the Divas title. Okay, makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I think the title got vacated. That's right.
Because they had one for the IC title belt too.
But I think when she won it, I think it got vacated. If I'm mistaken, somebody got injured and it vacated. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Now I kind of remember. I kind of remember now. Some of the ratings, like I said, are cool. Some of the ones are, you know, but I don't know. We don't even know how they base the ratings off of. We don't even know how 2K
Yeah.
even does the ratings.
We
you
have
know?
no
So,
idea.
Like, I feel like they kind of just pick and choose. Like, all right, that one's that, and that one's that, and just upgrade that.
I like the color of the
Yeah.
shirt. He's that. You know?
Exactly.
But-
Yeah, like
Because
Gotta
some of
get makeup
these,
in this photo.
some of these are like.
I don't like the way he's looking at me in this picture. You're a 70, bro. That's Roman Reigns. I don't give a dick.
I don't care. He's like,
Cause it just, I don't know. Like I said, me personally being a Roman hater, I feel like if it was only a year or maybe even 2, then okay. But 3 years, bro, even I can't deny it. Like there's a
Yeah.
reason why nobody can beat you, bro. They even brought in the likes of Brock Lesnar, John Cena, and nothing.
Yeah.
even us tribal chump haters got to agree.
Hey, don't call me that.
Tribal chump hater.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for coming through. Until the next podcast, we'll be back next week talking more stuff. Let us guys listen to what you guys think about the 2K ratings. Let us know how you guys feel about I don't know what's this. I don't know what this is.
What? Nah, go ahead. It was just my goodbye. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'll let you do it real quick.
Go ahead. It's when I say peace out. You know.
Oh, okay.
That's not. It's not serious. You know.
Oh,
Make
wow.
sure you guys go subscribe. Next week we'll be back with another podcast for the future, and drink Prime as always. And
Yes, sir. I got Malik. And you already know Bianca Belair on top all day, 24/7. You already know. Yes, sir.
I already like Logan Paul though, so I don't know like.
Nah, but I ain't hear you saying drink Prime though. You know.
Drink Prime, man. Drink Prime.
Yes,
It's actually pretty good.
I ain't in my room right now, so I can't get the can. But, you know.
Me and Ash may be the only two people that like Logan Paul. So I mean,
I swear we are, bro.
Don't stay that way.
I don't know anybody else. Like WrestleMania, I'm team Logan Paul, Michael Cap. I'm rooting for Logan. I'm not gonna lie. Rooting for Logan.
All right. Well, once again, I'm Mary the Heel. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Meet Us in the Ring. And I think we're going to be doing a Q&A next week. So be on the lookout for that on Malik's Instagram.
I'll put up a question for you guys. You guys can ask us any questions you guys want. Make sure you guys follow Instagram, NarcolepsyBoy94 if you guys want to go ask questions. You guys ask anything you want. We'll take a few questions and we'll be back answer them next week. Hope you guys have a good day.